If I could sit across my 30-year-old self today as over 50 years old, I don't think I'll tell her she was doing life wrong. Actually, I think I'll tell her she was doing pretty well. But I would tell her to stop worrying so much about what other people think. I'll tell her that some of the things she's stressing about right now really are not going to matter as much as she think they do. And I'll probably look at her and say, you are stronger than you think. You are going to get scared. Do it anyway. Because you have no idea how much life is still ahead of you. Hi, hello, my name is Jumi. I'm a nurse practitioner student. I'm a registered nurse and I'm a veteran. I have been thinking about this idea of what I would say if I could actually sit down and have a conversation with my 30-year-old self. And when I think about who I was when I was 30, I know that I wasn't lost. I was in the army. I had a career that I loved. I was married. I had a supportive life partner, and I was raising my family. My youngest child hasn't even been born yet. On top of all of that, I was in school working towards my bachelor degree in psychology. I was trying to balance a demanding career, family, education, and all of it. But I was happy. I was actually on track. Or at least what I thought on track was supposed to look like. What I couldn't see at 30 was just how much those plans and how it will continue to change. So if I could have coffee with that woman today, these are some of the things I'll tell her. Number one, girl, stop. Stop worrying so much about what everybody think about you. I can't believe I used to do that. I spent so much time worrying about other people's opinion. And when you're in the middle of something, it can feel like such a big deal. What somebody said, what somebody think about you, whether they approve of something you did, whether you are making the right decision, all of that. But looking back now, some of those things I worried about, they just didn't matter now. That doesn't mean you shouldn't care about people. I care deeply about people. But there's difference between caring about people and allowing their opinion to determine how you feel about yourself. I think age gives you a little perspective on that as well. Some things deserve your attention, some things deserve a conversation, and some things you need to let them go. I wish I had understood that a little earlier. Number two, not everything is as big as it feels right now. I'll also tell my 30 years old self, don't give everything the same amount of your energy. Still working in progress, but way better. Because I could stress about things, something could happen, and in that moment, it felt like a big deal. And then life goes on. 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later, you look back and think, why was I so worried about that? Now, of course, some things really are important. Life gives us some serious things to deal with, but not everything is one of those things. I think one of the gifts of getting older is learning the difference. You learn that you don't have to respond to everything. You don't have to fix everything today. And everything that goes wrong doesn't mean your whole life is going wrong. Sometimes it's just a bad day or bad situation as well. Sometimes it's just a problem that needs to be solved. And sometimes you just need to go to bed and look at it again tomorrow. Oh my God, I couldn't believe all the stress I gave myself. Number three, one thing is important to me. At 30, I was working. I was going to school. I was raising my family. There was always something that needed to be done. And when you are ambitious and you're working towards something, it's very easy to live in the next thing. When I finish this, when I accomplish this, when I get to this point, then I relax. Then I enjoy myself. But the funny thing is, while you're walking towards your next chapter, you're already living your life. Those ordinary days, that's your life too. So I would tell her, yes, keep walking, keep learning, keep dreaming, but enjoy some of it while it's happening. Appreciate your marriage, appreciate your family, appreciate the career that you love, appreciate the woman you're right now instead of always focusing on the woman you're trying to become. Because one day you're going to look back at this season of your life differently. Oh my God, was I now looking at my life differently right now? Number 4, this one probably will have surprised my 30-year-old self. At 30, I was studying psychology and I could see myself continue down the road, possibly finishing my PhD in psychology. That makes sense to me. But that's not where life eventually took me. I changed direction. I went into nursing. And now, instead of working towards a PhD in psychology, I'm working towards my DMP. If you had told 30-year-old me that, she probably would have laughed and had some questions. But here's what I would want her to understand. Changing direction doesn't mean the first direction was wrong. That's something I think we sometimes struggle with. We think because we choose something at 25 or at 30 or 35, we're supposed to want the same thing forever. But we're allowed to grow. We're allowed to discover new interests. We're allowed to see possibility we couldn't see before. We're allowed to say, you know what? I think I want to go do this. I think I want this now. My education in psychology wasn't wasted because I eventually chose nursing. That was part of my journey too. If I could talk to my 30-year-old self, I'll tell her, this isn't the only path you're going to have. And I think that's something we need to remember, no matter what age we are. Number 5. This is probably the thing I would most want her to know. I'll tell her, you are stronger than you think. Because when I look back at a woman now, I can see things about her that maybe she couldn't always see about herself. She was serving in the military, she was building a career, she was raising a family, and she was maintaining a marriage. She was going to school, she was balancing a lot, and she was still moving forward. But when you're the person doing all of that, you don't necessarily stop and think, wow, look at how strong I am. You're just doing what needs to be done. You're getting up, you're going to work, you're taking care of your family, you're doing the assignment, you're solving the next problem, you are putting one foot in front of the other. And sometimes it's always when you look back that you realize, I did that. I made it through that. I was stronger than I knew. Finally, I will tell her something I still have to tell myself today. You're going to be scared. Do it anyway. Being scared doesn't always mean you're making the wrong decision. Sometimes you're scared because you're doing something you've never done before. Sometimes you're scared because you're stepping into a new space. Sometimes you don't know whether you're capable of doing the things that's in front of you. And that's okay. You don't have to wait until you are completely confident. You don't have to wait until the fear disappears. Sometimes you just have to be scared and take the next step. When I look at my life, I realize I've done that more times than I probably gave myself credit for, and I'm still doing it. If I could actually sit across my 30-year-old self today, I think eventually I'll stop talking. I'll just look at her and see this woman with her career and her family and her schoolwork and all these plans for where she thinks her life is going. And I'll know something she doesn't know yet. Her life isn't going to turn out exactly the way she thinks it will. She's going to retire from the military. She's going to change careers. She's going to become a nurse. She's going to pursue another advanced degree. She's going to change. I want her to experience it. But I could tell her, you're going to be okay. Stop worrying so much about what everybody thinks. Enjoy your life, for God's sake, while you are living it. Don't be afraid when the plan changes. You're stronger than you think, and when you get scared, do it anyway. Because at 30, you couldn't see everything that was still ahead of you. And you know what? At this age, I still can't see everything that is ahead of me. I like that. Because maybe there are still parts of myself I haven't met yet. Maybe there are still things I'm going to learn. Maybe there are still things I'm going to do that will surprise me. There's still more time to live. And that's exactly what I want this channel to be about. Growing older doesn't mean we stop dreaming, learning, changing, trying new things, or enjoying the life we've worked so hard to build. So if you're somewhere in your own second chapter, figuring out what comes next, you are welcome here. I would love to know something. If you could sit across your 30 years old self today, what will you tell her? Tell me in a comment. Like this video if you like it, and subscribe to my channel if you have not. And if this kind of conversation speaks to where you are in life, I love you to subscribe and join me. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.